Welcome back to AM Northwest. How is your core strength? It's an essential part of staying healthy. So here to take us through a short test and show us how to improve that strength, we welcome back our health and fitness expert, Beth Oliver. Great to see you, Beth.
Good to see you too.
All right, so you're going to put us through a test here,
right.
But folks at home can also do this as well. So if you're on the couch, get off the couch and get on the floor and try this, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So you ready to get started?
Yeah, because the core is super important for everything we do.
It's really important, and we're not really talking about sort of the aesthetic thing of trying to get a six-pack.
No.
We're talking about we need to be able to move our bodies through space. We need to be able to get up and down. We want to garden. We want to stay independent as we age.
Right.
So having a strong core allows us to do all those things.
Sure.
Bending, twisting, turning, getting up, getting down, catching your balance when you trip over the curb, all of that stuff. That's all about the core.
Okay.
So here's a simple test.
Okay.
It takes 2 minutes. We're going to do it a little bit condensed, you and I, but very simple. You get into plank position where we've got our hands right under our shoulders. Our legs are extended long. And what we're going to do is take one arm off the ground and we're going to hold it for 15 seconds.
Okay.
Good, Helen. And then we put it back down, hold another 15 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Other arm, 15 seconds, put it down, hold another 15. One leg up, hold for 15 seconds, put it down, hold for 15. Other side, up for 15, put it down, and hold for 15.
So now, if you can't do that, you're saying then we need to work on, definitely, it shows you we need to work on our core.
It does. So it's just a good way to give yourself like a realistic test, right?
Okay.
So now there's two sort of.
Because that wasn't that easy, honestly.
No, it wasn't. And when we talk about the core, we're not just talking about what we think of as the abs.
Right.
We're talking about shoulder girdle stability, and we're also talking about hip stability. So those are the things that a lot of times when you hear about someone falling at, when they're maybe an older adult or something like that, sometimes it's just instability in the joints as well.
Okay.
So there's two approaches. What you could do if you don't mind muddling through things, it's, just kind of depends on how you like to do things. You just keep going after the test and keep working on it and add time as you can.
Okay.
But if you want something a little more accessible, then you can do exactly the same thing, but start in what we call tabletop. So now the knees are under the hips, but it would be the same progression. One arm up, hold for 15 seconds, bring it down and hold for 15 seconds. So this is just a good way to start developing the core strength, right?
Because I did know that, I did realize that I was kind of leaning to the side when I left, when I raised one arm.
So remember we talked about putting a book on your head to test your balance and your
and your
posture.
weight seemed to be pretty even.
So you imagine having like a book sitting here, and as you take the weight from side to side or whatever you're doing, you're trying not to shift your weight.
Yeah, I definitely shifted my weight. Okay.
So that way, if you come into that tabletop position, you could work on that and then start to apply it to the harder full plank position.
Okay, all right. And then?
Well, and the reality is for some of our viewers, even getting up and down to the floor might be problematic, right?
Sure.
So we want to make sure that everyone's got something that they can start to work on. So a really good thing if just getting up and down to the ground is bothersome, just sit in a chair. You kind of sit on the edge, and then we're going to lean back a little bit, but our goal is to keep the spine long. So as I lean back, I'm not kind of curved over in a capital C. I'm keeping my spine long.
Okay.
And what you can do is put your hand across your belly button, pull your belly button in away from your hand. And that's what people are trying to get you to do when they say things like contract your core or something like that. And then just same thing, arm up and arm down. And change side, and you're just really holding.
Why do you look good doing this, and I look just like I've got issues? I mean, I've got some issues. Okay. Sorry. I mean, in my head, how I looked was very different than what I'm seeing right there.
That's okay. I feel the same way when I'm at in a
class
trying on a new outfit in a department store.
Okay.
Like in my mind, I look so good.
Your feet, you're on your toes.
No, I don't know. You don't have to be. But
okay.
I'm trying to look good is what I'm trying to do.
I got it.
There's a little trick of the trade.
Okay.
And then we'll do same thing with feet. and you're just going to hold the belly in, hold that for 15, put it down, try the other side. And that's super simple work that you can do.
You can feel that right there.
Yeah, it's surprising, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you get that idea of contracting and pulling the abdominal muscles in. Yeah.
When it comes to doing like sit-ups and that kind of thing, do you prefer the plank versus our old school sit-up?
Well, yes, and the reason I do is because it teaches you to stabilize the core as a whole, including the pelvis and the shoulders.
Okay.
Plus, you're working against gravity with your entire body weight.
Yeah, it's not just working one muscle. It's not just working your core. It's working all of that. And as you said, balance, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's my preference. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. And then what? Because I know you. This might be the first time you haven't put me in a lunge. Oh, let's write this down on the calendar. Okay. On the calendar. Beth didn't make Helen do lunges today.
I certainly could pull one out of my back pocket.
But I was thinking lunges are something too that helps work everything,
right?
If
you think about it, when you're doing a lunge, your body is in that plank position. So the core is wrapping around to hold the shoulders over the hips.
Right.
It is exactly a plank moving up and down in space.
Okay.
So your instinct is right.
Oh, look at me.
Look at you, Helen.
Look at me. All right, Beth, thank you so much.
You're so
Great
welcome.
information. We're going to put all of that information on our website at katu.com. All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.